Coming up, two major announcements during the Prime Minister's national address.
8 Mile Rock High School celebrating their 24th annual Blue Jay Pride Month. Those details straight ahead.
And repairs to the West Grand Bahama Causeway could be months away. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Wolf-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Two major announcements made during the Prime Minister's first address to the nation for the year. These announcements set to benefit the country's second and third most populated islands and economic centers, Grand Bahama and Abaco, which were both greatly affected by Hurricane Dorian. The nation's chief says these projects will result in job creation, economic development, and activity.
On March 2nd, we will sign a heads of agreement for the sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort and Casino.
It was the announcement that many on Grand Bahama have been waiting on. During the nation's chief's first national address for the year, he noted that in order to restore the lives of the people of Abaco and Grand Bahama, the government must seek to boost economic activity and development on the islands. Last year, the government signed a letter of intent with the ITM Group and Royal Caribbean for the purchase of the island's premier hotel property. He believes that the heads of agreement will move to assist the long-term recovery and renewal of this island.
This will help with the long-term recovery and renewal of Grand Bahama. It will result in scores of jobs during reconstruction and development, and long-term employment, business and entrepreneurial opportunities for the residents of Grand Bahama.
And big news for the island of Abaco as well. Dr. Minnis announcing that the National Economic Council has approved the project for the construction of a 5-star residential resort and marina development in South Abaco.
The capital investment is approximately $300 million and will help in the reconstruction and revival of Abaco. This development will include a full-size golf course. The heads of agreement for this development is scheduled to be signed tomorrow in Abaco. The project is expected to employ approximately 600 people during the construction phase and thereafter. The project will provide a variety of entrepreneurial opportunities for Abaconians and Bahamians in a number of areas, including agriculture, fisheries, heritage tourism, and many other areas. We will also expand and enhance the Sandy Point Airport.
With an estimated cost of some $3.4 million in losses and damage due to Hurricane Dorian, the nation's leader says the government and its agencies have delivered aid and assistance in various forms during the post-emergency phase of Dorian.
The Department of Social Services continues to provide rental assistance to those displaced by the storm. It has assisted some 514 families and paid out more than $700,000 to Grand Bahamians. Also, appliance assistance continues with some 300 applications processed to the value of $400,000. Unemployment assistance through the National Insurance Board provided help to those employees affected by the temporary closure of businesses after the storm. Over $1.7 million in these benefits has been paid to Grand Bahamians.
And now on to another major investment. Carnival Corporation announcing yesterday that it intends to double its investment in the development of a cruise port in East Grand Bahama to some $200 million. Officials say they are working very closely on both the construction standards, the architectural standards, and also the layout of the entire project, so it is sustainable against a future storm. At this point, the project's environmental impact assessment is still a work in progress. Carnival hopes to receive all the necessary approvals and commence construction this summer. Meantime, the company anticipates providing up to 1,000 construction jobs during the project build-out. The cruise port will be developed on 329 acres of land in Shoprock, Freeport. The port will include aquatic facilities, including interior pools, lagoons and waterways, food and beverage pavilions, restaurants and nightclubs, a shopping plaza, zip lines, rock climbing walls, a miniature golf course, park areas, open-air concert facilities, a transportation hub, and more. Carnival also plans to build a 4-highway from the project to the University of the Bahamas. Well, after a public outcry about the poor condition of the causeway at the Fishing Hole Road, the area member of parliament and the works minister are addressing the issue. The newly constructed bridge was damaged by Hurricane Dorian, and plans are now being put in place for a long-term solution. Megan Shepard has this report.
The causeway connecting West Grand Bahama to the city of Freeport, causing an uproar from residents once again. Heavy rain combined with strong gusty winds recently, causing a major backup at the causeway, as huge potholes and dips in the road forced motorists to drive at a creeping pace. Residents outraged on social media calling for immediate action and raising concerns about the long-term effects on their vehicles. Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Pakeisha Parker Etchcombe, says that these concerns are not falling on deaf ears.
The concerns, we hear them, but we are working feverishly to rectify them. I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear at this time because it's frustrating, but we want them to know that we're going to have a solution very soon. From the very beginning, we do realize that there were some challenges with the causeway, and we are hoping to rectify that because we want it to be sustained, not necessarily just quickly putting something there just to have it, but we do realize that it is time for sustainability in anything that we're going to invest in.
Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, calling this an environmental nightmare for what he says has been allowed to happen in the area, noting that the causeway and the asphalt on the causeway were damaged during Hurricane Dorian, but plans are in place for long-term solution.
What the government has done now is approved a little over $1 million to take that asphalt off, put concrete on there. That work, the concrete and the materials, etc., have been ordered by the contractor, and we anticipate that within the next two months we're going to have that causeway finished so that people can utilize it on a regular basis.
The minister had said there are plans in the works to build back better, not only on Grand Bahama, but also on the island of Abaco.
The intention of this government would have been to have a bridge there rather than a causeway. That causeway was built under another administration. We're finishing it. It's like the causeway in Abaco. You all saw what happened to that in the storm. There was intention in Little Abaco to build a bridge.
Now the surface of the causeway has since been repaired to some degree, and the passage has been made smoother for motorists. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
In other news, a source close to Hutchison Ports is refuting claims circulating in social media that a drill rig machine at the Freeport Harbor is being used for oil drilling. A video of a rig has been circulating for several days now, but the Hutchison source says the massive piece of equipment has nothing to do with drilling. The source telling ZNS News that the drill rig came to Freeport a few weeks ago and is being used for maintenance purposes on board large vessels.
Week of Love series at Parfum de Paris, downtown Freeport. I'm Natalia Hall. We'll show you more straight ahead.